Imagine standing before two of the largest land predators that ever walked the earth. On one side, the polar bear, an immense hunting machine, forged in the frozen lands of the Arctic. On the other, the Kodiak bear, the giant of the Alaskan forests, known for its exceptional strength and resilience. Now imagine, what would happen if these two giants of nature faced off in a battle for supremacy? Who would be the true king of these giants? Let's embark on a fascinating journey to discover what would truly happen in this epic showdown between the polar bear and the Kodiak bear. To do so, we will explore their unique characteristics and analyze their strengths, weaknesses, and combat skills. This is not just a confrontation of size and strength, but a battle of adaptations and abilities that have made them the kings of their respective realms. Before we dive into our detailed analysis, I ask that you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with friends who are also passionate about the wild world. With each new revelation, you will be more amazed at the incredible qualities of these animals. And in the end, I promise you will have an answer that may change the way you view these predators. But before we continue, I want you to imagine the scene. The two bears, with their enormous claws and devastating strength, face each other in the vastness of an open field. What strategies would they use? Who would win? Let's unravel this together. Size and weight, the imposing giants. Let's begin our detailed analysis. The first thing to consider is the size and weight of each of these titans. Both bears are impressively large, but they are adapted to different types of environments. The polar bear, the majestic inhabitant of the Arctic, is large, imposing, and adapted to extreme cold, while the Kodiak bear, resident of the temperate forests, stands out for its robustness and resilience. We cannot ignore the physical characteristics that make these bears so formidable. Let's first analyze the polar bear. Polar bears typically weigh between 770 pounds and 1,500 pounds, with some exceptional males exceeding this range. Their physical structure is unique. Their body is designed to hunt and survive in freezing environments, with a thick layer of fat that insulates them from the intense cold. Their white fur is not just for camouflage, but also helps retain body heat. They have large, strong paws that help them swim in freezing waters and travel long distances in the snow. Weighing hundreds of pounds, with sharp claws and a bite capable of crushing bones, their bodies are a combat machine, built to hunt seals, walruses, and even whales, making them nearly unbeatable predators in their frozen territories. They measure between 7 feet 10 inches and 9 feet 10 inches in length, with weights ranging from 770 pounds to over 1,500 pounds. When standing on their hind legs, they can reach an intimidating height of over 10 feet, highlighting their glacial majesty. The only other land predator that can rival them in size and weight is, in fact, the brown bear, in this case, the Kodiak, one of the largest land bears with a size to match. The Kodiak bear is a subspecies of the brown bear and shares many similarities with the grizzly bear. However, the Kodiak is even larger and more robust due to the abundant food supply in its environment, such as fish, berries, and terrestrial mammals. The Kodiak's thick, dark brown fur is designed to withstand the cold climate of the Alaskan mountains and coastal areas, but it can also handle somewhat milder conditions, giving it an advantage in a less frigid environment. It is also a versatile predator, capable of hunting large prey such as moose and even deer. The Kodiak bear, an icon of the temperate forests of Alaska, has equally impressive dimensions. It measures an average of 8 feet in length and can weigh between 605 pounds and 1,400 pounds, with a shoulder height of up to 5 feet. While slightly more compact, the Kodiak compensates with a more robust and muscular build. While the polar bear is taller and longer, the Kodiak excels in body density and physical endurance. In this aspect, it's a tie. Teeth. The deadly bite. Polar bears have canines adapted to an almost exclusively carnivorous diet, reaching up to 2 inches in length, making their initial bite devastating. The Kodiak bear, though powerful, has a dentition better suited to a varied diet, including plants and meat, and tends to have shorter canines than its opponent. Therefore, this point goes to the polar bear. Bite force, bone crushers. The bite force of the polar bear is estimated to be an impressive 1,200 psi, capable of crushing bones with ease. However, the brown bear, smaller than the Kodiak, has been estimated to bite with a force of 1,160 psi, which is quite close. Therefore, it is assumed that the Kodiak bear may surpass the polar bear's estimate. For this reason, this point goes to the Kodiak bear. Claws, tools for survival. The claws of these bears are precision tools adapted to their specific needs. The polar bear has shorter, sharper claws, ideal for climbing ice blocks and piercing the thick skin of its prey. On the other hand, the Kodiak bear has longer and more powerful claws, designed for digging and crushing efficiently, but also useful in hunting and combat. Although different, both sets of claws are deadly in combat. This duel once again results in a tie. Raw strength, a force of nature. The strength of these titans cannot be underestimated. Polar bears are capable of dragging seals weighing over 1,000 pounds out of freezing waters. This display of strength is a reflection of their life in an unforgiving environment, where every move could mean survival. Kodiak bears, on the other hand, demonstrate their strength with equally impressive feats. One experiment showed that a young Ussuri brown bear was able to pull an incredible 3,600 pounds, the weight of a small car. With such raw strength at play, it's impossible to determine a clear advantage. Once again, the score remains tied. Aggression, contrasting temperaments. Interestingly, the polar bear, despite its carnivorous diet, is more tolerant of others of its species, avoiding direct confrontations whenever possible. On the other hand, Kodiak bears are notoriously aggressive. Conflicts over food, territory, and mating are common. Studies have shown that, in disputes over whale carcasses in Alaska, brown bears were able to intimidate and drive away polar bears. Thus, the point goes to the Kodiak bear, whose aggressiveness can be a decisive advantage in combat. Endurance and overheating, the limit of the body. Polar bears, with their dense fur and fat layers and special fur to withstand entry into cold water, are specialists in enduring extreme cold. However, this same adaptation makes them vulnerable to overheating during prolonged efforts, especially in milder climates. Kodiak bears, on the other hand, exhibit impressive endurance. Documented reports show a brown bear chasing a horse for hours, proving its ability to sustain efforts over time. So if the battle were to last, the Kodiak bear would likely have the upper hand. In this aspect, the Kodiak bear wins. Conclusion: who is the true titan? After a detailed analysis, the Kodiak bear seems to have a slight theoretical advantage in a direct confrontation, thanks to its endurance, aggressiveness, and robustness. However, the polar bear should not be underestimated. In a real fight, it would depend on the circumstances, the terrain, the climate, and the strategy employed. The polar bear, with its mobility in icy environments and ability to surprise its prey through stealthy ambushes, is undoubtedly an exceptional predator in its natural habitat. Its ability to swim long distances, combined with its resistance to the cold and patience in hunting, makes it an unbeatable hunter when it comes to seals and other prey adapted to ice. However, when taken out of its natural environment and placed in a more terrestrial territory, such as forests or mountains, it could have difficulty adapting its tactics. On the other hand, the Kodiak bear, with its colossal size and unquestionable strength, has the physical endurance and versatility needed to survive in diverse environments. Its varied diet and ability to capture prey on land, such as salmon and rodents, make it an unbeatable opponent in its own territory. It can fight with crushing strength and endure many attacks due to its robust constitution. So in a direct confrontation, who would emerge victorious? The polar bear, due to its incredible ability to move on ice and its capacity to surprise and attack stealthily, would have the initial advantage in a scenario where the frozen environment played an important role. Its agile movement and patience in waiting for the ideal prey could give it an initial advantage, leaving the Kodiak bear unprepared for the polar bear's speed and cunning. However, if the Kodiak bear were able to recover after the initial attack, its endurance and crushing strength could turn the tide. In a direct physical confrontation, with the polar bear trying to attack from a distance and the Kodiak using its strength to protect itself or fight up close, the Kodiak bear would have the advantage. It could absorb the impact of the polar bear's attack and, with its strength, subdue its opponent in a hand-to-hand combat situation, especially in a prolonged fight. The Kodiak bear has impressive endurance, able to withstand and react to a series of attacks. In summary, the outcome would depend on the environment and the bear's ability to adapt. On ice, the polar bear would likely be more effective, but on land, the Kodiak bear, with its endurance and raw strength, would have a significant advantage. If the two bears fought in a neutral environment, the outcome still seems to favor the Kodiak bear. Unconfirmed captivity records suggest that Kodiak bears might surpass polar bears in prolonged battles, but this remains shrouded in mystery. So, I believe a victory ratio of 60% for the Kodiak bear versus 40% for the polar bear would be fair in this battle of two titans of nature. Now for you, which bear would win? Who is truly the king of nature? Leave your opinion in the comments below and share your thoughts with other viewers. This showdown between titans of nature always sparks a lot of debate, and we want to hear your perspective on this epic duel. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating analyses. See you next time.